We're apart. We're connected. Yeah.
Hey,
Girl, what's up?
how you doing? It's
I'm good. I'm good.
Friday.
Oh, I thought it was an echo. I'm like, I thought it was me that I just heard, but it was you. We sounded like.
No, it's me, girl. It's me.
How you doing? How was your week?
It was good. It was good. Tiring, a bit tiring, but hey, it was good. Can't complain.
I know. I just got back home. I went to babysit my little nephew today. I'm like, I gotta get back home by 5:30. I gotta get home so I can talk to my little.
Oh, that's nice. How's your nephew doing?
Good. Big boy.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was fun today. I had a good day today. How
That's
about you?
good. I had a good day. A little bit tiring. I had to go to the gym. So
Get snatched, honey. Get snatched.
trying, girl. I'm trying.
Get snatched. All right, girl. So, what did you want to talk about first? Because
Oh,
these current
girl.
events is on and popping.
I don't know, girl. Let's see. Let's take a look. First of all, I don't know if I'm just gonna go right into it. How about Kanye's West rants? Did you hear about all the stuff that he was saying?
Yeah, I did. I did. And honestly, I didn't know whether it was like a bipolar episode, situation, or if it's just, like, is this really who he is now? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is really his real legitimate thoughts or his perception of things, because yeah, he was going in on a few people.
Yes, he was. Like, I was like, is he really saying these things? Like, does he realize that he's like, he's going viral? Like,
I
he's
don't
going to
think
go viral just for saying those things.
but the thing is, like, I don't think he minds it, you know what I'm saying, going viral for whatever
Yeah.
reason. I think he is, attention seeking in that way. And this is like from years on back. He's been like a kind of cocky, conceited type of individual. And I ain't gonna lie, like, that was one thing that I liked about him initially. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie. Like, when
okay.
I was a real big fan of his, I liked his confidence, in other
Yeah, I
words.
was gonna say that. I like the fact that he was confident and that he made things happen the way he said he was gonna make it happen.
Right,
That's why I
right.
like Kanye. Like, he was very confident and he put his mouth where his word was at. The action
That's
was right there. That's why I like him.
that sums it up. I mean, I think that's one thing I kind of admired about him, as far as just like, okay, when he said things like, how everybody's really big into manifestation now, and kind of
Yeah.
like speaking things into, I guess we've always called it speaking things into existence and
Existence.
stuff,
Yeah.
but now it's like manifestation.
Yeah.
And
That's the
so,
word now. Everybody wants to manifest. Manifest.
yeah, and I think he was like legit one of the first people that I was a fan of that was really on some manifestation stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. He was.
Yeah, so like I would definitely say I used to admire things about him that right now drive me crazy. Like, I don't want to hear him talk about people in that way. Like, he was going in on Big Sean. He said like that's one of the worst things he's ever done.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like, how dare you say that? Like, that is like one of the most talented artists, in my opinion, that he
I think so too.
had an affiliation with. So I'm like, why would you say that?
I didn't even know that Big Sean was signed to his label first, to Kanye West label. When that came out yesterday or today, whenever it was, I
Hmm.
looked it up and I was like, oh, because I
Yeah,
had no idea. But
and
I
to
was
be
like, he's very talented. Like, how dare you say something like that? But hey, that's our opinion.
And I think, and I don't know this for a fact, but maybe I've heard it somewhere. Like, I feel like Big Sean was like super influenced by Kanye West, as far as like his Like even like the way he originally, because I wouldn't say so much now, but I think like early Big Sean was like very much influenced by
By
Kanye West.
Kanye. But what happened between them? But I don't like. I saw something a little bit here and there. Like I heard that like he was trying to get Big Sean was trying to get his like rights and things like that. Like what's it called? What you gonna call it with the songs?
Yeah, it probably was him trying to get his rights, but all I know
Yeah,
is now
and
that
Kanye never gave him his rights, and Big Sean never talked about it. Like he never talked about it, and Kanye owes him like $6 million.
I know, but now Big Sean is trying to start like his own thing.
Okay.
And I don't know like the whole backstory of how they fell out or where things went
Yeah,
wrong.
I don't know
But I
either.
know like now that's what he's trying to do. And it's like now all of a sudden, because it's the first time I've heard Kanye talk this bad like about Big Sean. I'm like, where did this come
Big
from?
Sean and the other one, John Legend. I had no idea how they were affiliated as well that way, like business wise. I
Because
had no clue.
Kanye had like a I don't know if you want to call it a brand, a company, whatever, but it was called Good Music. It was called Good Music, and he signed Big Sean. I know John Legend was affiliated. I don't know for certain that he signed John Legend, but from what Kanye said, those two kind of dismissed him when he ran for president.
Yeah, he called them sellouts. I was like, come on, Kanye.
First of all, Kanye West had no right. Well, not gonna say right, but he had no business running for president of these United States.
Exactly, to begin with. Yes. He had no business in running for president, and he didn't have any people. I mean, not he did have some people voted for him, but it wasn't enough to even make it. I don't know, 2% of the population, or something like that. Like so, I mean, he's a narcissist. Let's just call it that. I'm sorry, like the word it just keeps coming out. It just keeps coming for me. Narcissist. He's just a narcissist.
It's a damn shame. I feel like people just doing stuff because they can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People just doing stuff because they can get away with it. Yeah, and that's a shame. And you know why people in America start feeling that way, or when did they start? When Trump became president.
Oh yeah, that showed anything is possible. That's the only thing I took away from that presidency is that anything is possible. I said
You can be whatever you want. Yeah.
You could be whatever the hell you want. For real. I know people used to always say it, but that was a real
Yeah, that was like confirmation. That was like right there. The biggest example.
But it's funny because also during his rant, he was talking about Kim Kardashian a little bit.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, she's still my wife. But then the gag also was this week, she was pictured with, what's his name? Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Well, I saw that. Like, I don't even know. Because he was like, well, we haven't signed any papers yet. She's still my wife. But allegedly, this Pete guy is just like, they're just friends. They're just long-term friends. I don't know, man. I don't think she would date him.
What guy that you are just friends with are you holding hands with?
She holds hands with that other dude, the one that be looking weird. He does a bunch of plastic surgery. The one that's in their family. I forget his name. He's like another Scott.
Oh, is he? Was it the gay dude you talking about?
I don't know. Like he's weird. Like he be traveling. He be trying to look like them, like the Kardashians. I forgot his name. He has like long hair.
I don't know, girl.
Jonathan. I think
that's their gay friend, right?
Is he gay? I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know if he's gay. Is he gay?
I don't know. I thought they had this gay guy that was like a family friend from like way back or whatever. But I've never seen her hold hands. Like I've never seen any female. Let me not even stick to her with a friend.
Well, we'll see, girl. Everything's gonna come out right. You know, the Kardashians, they be tripping. There's
I
always
was
there's always something going on with that family. There's always something new, something outrageous, some scandal. There's always something going on because they're always trying to be, they're trying to be relevant because that's how they make their money.
listen. My thing is, first of all, if that's still your wife, no paperwork has been signed, blah blah blah. That's all well and good, because take your time, right? That don't concern nobody but y'all. But why she out here holding hands with another
Somebody
dude?
else,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just awkward. It's odd.
That is odd. I agree. But I don't know. I don't
And,
know. Maybe she's trying to go white because of her sister. What's her name? Courtney got engaged to that dude, the drummer.
oh, Travis Barker.
Yeah, but they make a cute couple. I like them. They just like, yeah, the weird people. Yeah, they look good together actually.
But Courtney is consistent. That's why
Yes,
I could do Courtney. I could do Courtney because she's
yes.
consistent. Like all we know of her, all I know of her is being with Scott, and then this guy.
Oh no,
So,
she's been with a bunch of dudes.
oh, for real?
Yeah, but she's consistent still. She keeps them white. They're all white.
Okay, because that's all I seen her with. Those two white guys. I was
There
like,
was another dude, Eunice. He was like a Algerian French model. They when they was dating, it was big because he was like younger than her, and they were
um,
together for a minute.
I must have missed that one, but
Yeah,
I just feel like she's consistent and she has the real body and she's
yeah,
like, I feel like she's more so regular. Like she's not trying to be out there for like how her sisters are. Like they're
yeah.
attention whores or whatever. Like
I
she
agree.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. But we'll see. Yeah, Kanye, he just went off talking about all this stuff. But John Legend clapped back. He clapped back. He was like, "You narcissist motherfucker." Well, that's not what it said, but that's basically what it says.
I'm like, he said that? I've never heard him cuss, I don't think.
No, he didn't say that. But when he's just by himself or with his wife, he's like, "That narcissist motherfucker."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people change though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure this is a whole different. Like, he's experiencing Kanye pretty much how we're experiencing Kanye.
Yep, girl.
So, that was funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever, Kanye.
what I had on the top of my list was the shenanigans going on at Howard, still going on.
Still going on with the rodents.
The protests, the students are still protesting. This is week 3. And it's due to the living conditions. And when I was watching the news earlier, like they were talking about like how the part of the tuition that goes towards paying for your dorm or just the payment for the dorm is higher than actually getting that education, your classes and stuff.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's crazy, because I didn't even really think about like comparing the two. I'm just like, so you mean to tell me, like, and it's been an ongoing thing. Like, this ain't the first time, but I think this is the first time that it's getting this kind of recognition.
Attention, yeah.
So hopefully it ends soon. Hopefully it ends soon.
I think, how can I say that? The school has been in the eyes of the, Black excellence, or, it's a very prestigious, BCU, but what goes on behind the scenes, nobody really wants to talk about it. But I think this has been going on for years. I think it's, I don't think it's just now. I think it's been going on for decades. But, since they just put it under the rug, it's just going unnoticed, put it under the rug while other people are getting money, put it in their pocket. Because Howard gets all these donations from rappers, politicians, everywhere. They're always getting money. So I think it's like a bigger issue going on over there.
I just hope they do something to rectify it. I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of places have issues or whatever the case is, especially older institutions.
Yeah.
Um, it's like it's the wear and tear of having a historic university, but
Yeah.
it's more so like, dang, our people. Like, I'm so, I guess, annoyed.
Disappointed.
Yeah, annoyed and disappointed because it's like,
I
dang,
feel, I personally feel disappointed.
you don't see this going on at those other institutions, and I think people have a problem with when people pick a predominantly white school and stuff like that. But trust and believe, this would not be going on. This
No,
would not be
nope,
going on.
nope,
This
nope.
would not be happening.
No, they will nip it in the bud. Nope, they're so pressed about their reputation, and yeah, yeah, girl.
So I
People
just
might
feel
get
like what.
mad when like you black folks put their kids in like predominantly white schools, but then you go to our schools and it's like, dang.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, it's like you want to support and you want to. Well, I'm not saying me personally, but people want to
Yeah.
support. They want to stick with HBCU, and it's like, dang, this is what's happening, and it's public now. At this point, it's not just like local to that. It's like I'm seeing it on the shade room. I'm seeing it on the blogs. I'm like, dang, like this is getting national attention,
Yeah, it's getting
and
out
it's
of hand.
embarrassing.
Yeah, it is embarrassing. It is
Mm.
very embarrassing. Yeah, it's disappointing. Mm.
Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of talk about that to just say, like, I ain't forget. It's still in the news, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that it gets rectified soon, um, because the students deserve better. They really do.
Yeah, they do. Of course, point blank. Period. They deserve better. They're paying for it. You know. So and the education that the education and the what comes behind a Howard student should be amount to better conditions.
Yeah, so that's that on that.
Mm.
That's that on that, girl.
All right,
What else?
girl. What else you got? Oh, it's my go.
Yeah, because I think you're gonna mention something that I've been thinking about.
What you thinking about?
Will and Jada.
Oh, girl. See, I didn't have that on my list, but I thought about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but we could talk about them. Yes, Will and Jada. I mean, did you hear about their new? I don't even know if it's a scandal, if it's a cry for attention. Their new news. I don't even know what to call it.
What part? I mean, what I have down or two things that I've heard about is that she had an interview with Gwyneth Paltrow. Paltrow, and
Yeah.
she I don't know, it was some kind of like it was alluded to that they having problems in the bedroom or something, or they have had problems in the bedroom. And she was pretty much trying to clap back, like people are twisting her words, like go watch the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm not even going front. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just not, I just don't be paying attention to that family because honestly, they are all weirdos at this point. Like for real, like from their kids to Jada to Will, like they're weird. So I don't even pay that much attention to them anymore. I used to like them a lot, but lately, since the whole not even the Alcina dude, what August Alcina, but
Mm-hmm.
the way the kids like when they were growing up, the way they were being raised, the way they were acting, that just let me know that like if you act in a certain way, then that means that type of education is given to you by your family, by your parents. So this means that your parents ain't doing a good job. I mean, that's just me, according to me. So I found them very weird. They have too much freedom. They're doing too much. So I didn't like it.
Well, that's the thing. I think like they kind of raised them to be free. You know what I mean? That's one thing I could say. I could say that definitely from what we could see, the kids grew up with hi
Hello, hello, hello.
Rascal TT. How you
Yeah,
doing?
they who's that? They wrote it in French. I don't speak French. I mean, I do speak a little bit of French, But yeah, je parle français un peu. I don't
I
speak.
could just
Just
read the
do it.
English.
Just do the
That's it.
English. Yeah, just do the
Yeah, I
English.
can read the English. But yeah, I think they raise their kids to be pretty free and expressive. You know what I mean? Who could really say if it's right or wrong? I'm not a parent yet, so I really don't know. But I do think that I'm tired of hearing and seeing them as a headline. I feel
Yeah.
like ever since the whole August thing blew up, I feel like it's been kind of nonstop. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm,
Tom. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
no, I'm just like, I don't think or remember like caring this much or who cares this much. I mean, she has the Red Table Talk. That's where people come on and kind of whatever.
Yes. Yes.
But
They want to say everything they want to say.
I'm just like, yo, I hear more about them than the actual like Red Table and people talking to them. I just
Yeah.
hear craziness like this and that is going on in the marriage. And then I saw this week Will, he has a memoir coming out.
Yes, that's what I wanted to. I wanted to get to that part.
And did you see that they were saying like he, or it was something he wrote that he was thinking about killing his own dad?
Yep, he was thinking about killing his own dad, and he was saying, and I could get away with it because nobody will believe that I did it, and my 911 call will be a Ward Academy.
I was like, this is so dark.
This is dark. But I mean, I read like a little bit of like the explanation behind it. He was saying like it was like for revenge for the way he treated his mother and him when they were little, when he was little, and the way the father treated his mom. So he was thinking, but still, you don't write it, you don't talk about it. But I guess, I mean, it's his memoir. He's writing every dark thing and every happy thing, every twisted thing, that needs to be said on there. I guess,
Girl, I was
He was like, I was thinking about pushing him down the stairs.
I was like, he legit planned out how he was going to do it and everything. He didn't stop at like, oh, I thought about it.
Yes, he thought about it. Like I think he was about to do it.
He was like, I will push him downstairs and act like it was an accident.
Mm-hmm. He was like, I could easily push him down the stairs, act like it was an accident, call 911. They will believe me. Nobody will ever believe that I would kill my own father. I'm Will Smith.
Yeah, that was deep. I was like, this shit, I don't know. I'm really not, how can I put it? I mean, I'm a fan of people being honest, but that was another level.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that was a while ago too, though. He's not on that place anymore. Like he's not in that state of mind anymore. But just to think about, yeah, what he said, it's dark. It's dark, and it's like, don't write that on your memoir, dude. Just keep it to yourself and your family or something. But don't write it on there.
which makes me feel like, is this real, or is this for like shock value? You know what I mean?
For attention?
Like, yeah, attention, shock value, like to get people talking. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Because I would consider him to be the safe one in the couple.
Yeah. That's what I thought as well. I thought he was like the safe one. Exactly. He was the safe, normal one.
Mm-hmm.
Stable one in the couple. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that was deep. I was like, okay, so they both probably got a little crazy in them. That's what it gave me. I was like, oh, okay, I could see, because I feel like Jada gets a lot of flack for being kind of like, out there. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that was him kind of telling us that he out there too a little bit.
Yeah, girl. That family just gives me the creeps. I don't know. They're weird. Something ain't right with them. And it reflects a lot on the way their kids act. Like, I honestly think they're going to get a divorce soon. It's going to come.
It's funny because I kind of think, like, I don't think they're going to get a divorce, because I don't know if you ever heard when they were like, oh, no, at the end when he got to the Red Table, because they were kind of talking about the August thing. and he was like, it was at the end. It was something like crazy marriage for life or something like
Yeah, they were like bad marriage for life.
Yes, there you go. And
Yeah,
they was
because
like,
they were trying to use the slogan for the bad boys for life. So they were like bad marriage for life.
yep, exactly. So it's kind of like, I think that they might have an understanding that we don't really know about, right? And they are going to rock out forever. Like they probably have so many assets and things that they've built together that they're like, you do you, I'ma do me, and we just gonna stay married.
But I think that this agreement has been going on for way too long, and I'm thinking that they're just gonna come to the conclusion that it's just best to like be divorced. I think we're just like kind of like having. I think some of us back in the days already, thought about it or heard about it, but now it's just like we're basically getting confirmation that they have an understanding. But now that we have the confirmation, I think that's when they're ready to be like, we're done. Because it's been so long, like we've just been pretending for so long that it's not even worth it anymore. I don't know. This is just the way I'm thinking,
Rich people problems.
I think they're gonna get a divorce. They just gonna announce it soon. They're gonna be like, "Oh, me and Jada came to the conclusion after I don't know how long they've been married, so and so years of marriage that it's best to part ways, but we're still friends and we co-parent and this and that, all that bullshit that they be saying."
We'll see. I mean, I think it's very interesting how they keep on keeping themselves involved in the news. I'm like, well, and Jada, why are we talking about them so much? Oh my God.
Yeah, or it could be that they're just like having midlife crisis, because it happens to some people. I don't know.
I don't know, girl, but I just feel like I like them better. I don't know. I like when couples keep things kind of mysterious in the sense of like you won't know or you have no idea. It's just kind of like behind whatever happens behind closed doors. That's their thing or whatever.
Yeah, they keep it private. Not there are a lot of couples out there that they don't. We know that they're couples, but we don't really know much about what goes on in their lives.
I like that.
And I like that. It. Yeah.
I like that for regular people, and I like that for celebrities. I like that, who can I give as an example? Like, when Kanye West was with Amber Rose, for example, I love them together because we never really heard her speak. It was just kind of like this really pretty girl who was with Kanye West.
Yeah.
And that's all we knew. And then once she she became like, slut walk Amber and all of that, it was like, okay, no.
Yeah.
But
like, okay, no.
Yeah, when she was just a cute girl with glasses and her outfits were always, it's like, oh, who is she? What's going on?
Like, for example, even like Martin. Like Martin, he's co-actor or whatever on the bad. Yeah, like I don't even know anything about his personal life, his daughters, his wife. I don't know nothing. Do you hear anything about them?
I don't know. I do know he has kids, but yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. We just know about him. A little bit here and there, and that's it. We don't know anything, and it should be that way.
It should be that way. I think it kind of got out of hand with Will and Jada this week because I don't know if you saw Future. No, it was a lot of people who chimed in, but I guess the ones that stick out of my head. Future was like, oh, I'd rather hang with Jada or whatever. And he put out some sweat tops.
You need to go sit somewhere. Him and his 100 kids. Oh my God. And these 100,000 baby mamas. No. The audacity. Anyway.
Yeah, everybody say Jada for the streets. Jada for the streets. Who else? C's from Black Ink try to be like, oh, I want to be married, but I don't want no wife like Jada. I was like,
Yeah, I saw that one. Caesar. Yeah, I saw that one. I like, passed through it, and I was like, what in the world? What is Caesar saying? So that's what it was.
I ain't really care for the fact. I don't really think that she should be drugged so hard for the simple fact that I do think that they have a understanding. So it's like we're getting too much information now. Everybody has an opinion.
But even if they have an understanding, why, why come to the public with this type of information that me and Will have issues in the bedroom with sex or talking about sex or whatever she said? That's just uncalled for. Like you asking for it. You want attention.
Did you hear when he said he was in love with his co-star of like one of the first movies he did?
Yeah,
I
when
thought
he was
that
married.
was I thought that was really disturbing too.
I mean, it's not surprising for me. Maybe it's because I listen a lot. As you know, one of my favorite YouTubers is Lovely T.
Mm-hmm.
So she talks about that. Like Will Smith has been, he had a lot of girlfriends in the past. Like he dated Eva Longoria, who's not married to that dude. He's been dating around. Like the other girl from like the other movie that he was in with the Bad Squad or whatever, the doll, that girl that plays the doll or whatever, she's like blonde, I forgot her name. But he's been dating around. Like that's why, like, it's not a surprise. He just keeps it on the hush hush.
Yeah, good.
And currently he has somebody currently, and people, I think people on Twitter were the ones who were like investigating about that. Some famous girl, some model or whatever. Like they don't have pictures together, but they had pictures at the same exact spots.
I saw that.
Did you see that? Yeah. So he's been dating around. He just, he just keeps it on the hush hush. And I think when that thing with August Alsina came out, he was just like, damn, Jada, you messed up. He's probably like, now we gotta come to the public and explain everything. I think it's just one of those things with their understanding. Like, it's an open marriage.
Yeah. It's crazy because it's almost like they explained, but they really didn't.
They didn't,
still, it was just almost just kind of this. It was almost just like this united front. That's basically what we got. It was more so of him coming to the red table to show, like, I'm still married to Jada.
Yes, I'm still married to Jada, and this is what's going on. We're not changing. We're not doing anything. So don't try to, put your 2 little cents into it. Because we good. Bad marriage for life.
Yeah, bad marriage for life. Like, what? What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't think people get married to have, to bad marriage for life. No.
What I'm learning and what I'm seeing is, or one thing I've learned is that every marriage is different. Like, what worked for me and mine don't necessarily mean that it's gonna work for somebody else and theirs. Yeah, I guess you do gotta come to some understandings, but I guess it's just some things I never understand because I ain't sharing nothing. I ain't sharing nothing. Nothing. Don't even look at my husband, okay? Don't even look.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. I'm on the same boat, but people want different things, and people change over the years, and maybe they're trying to, I don't know, they have different reasons.
Hot mess, but okay.
Yes,
Did you have anything else?
What else I got? Let me look at my notes. Let me look at my notes real quick. Oh, Joe Budden. Did you hear about him? How he came out? Well, now he's trying to backtrack like Michael Jackson moonwalking backwards. He's trying to backtrack. He came out as bisexual. He was like, well, I like men and women or something like that. Something along these lines. He says, spread the word. I like them both. Yes.
I think he was trolling, honestly. I don't believe him.
I believe him. So. I believe him. Yes. You know what? You need to listen to Lovely T, girl. Because his ex-girlfriend, like the very recent one that he was with, accused them of like doing stuff to his dog. Did you hear about that? This was all over the blogs. The blogs.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and he admitted
Mm-mm.
he was. It's disgusting. I don't even want to talk about it. But he's another weirdo, and I do think like the way he's the stuff that he talks about on his podcast or whatever.
Mm.
It kind of indicates that he fools with both. Yes, definitely.
You think so? I've
Yes.
listened to him, his podcast, and this is before he got the two new guys. Before it was these two, Rory and Maul, I think.
Yeah,
Their names were.
that they
I listened
fell
to it
out.
back then, but I haven't really listened to it with these new guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never. Maybe it's just what I've heard. I've just never got that from him. I know he's very like his sense of humor is very like interesting. Like he says stuff and he will use like a monotone voice, and sometimes you won't really catch that it's a joke or that it's he's trolling, but I do feel like he says some things just for the shock value of it. I don't know.
Maybe, but I believe that he goes both ways, and he should just say it.
Well, why? So the thing is, I heard it. I listened to the Breakfast Club all the time or whatever, and they were talking about it.
Uh-huh.
And initially, when they were saying it, I think the title was like, "Why people think Joe Budden is bi."
Mm-hmm.
And not really that Joe Budden is bi. It was like why people think he is, like the way they worded it. And then so they played it, and they played the full kind of context of like what was said. And I think that kind of like added like some understanding. But it's like if you just hear the one line, like where he's like, "Oh yeah, I go both ways," without like what was said before and what was said after.
Yeah, but I mean, from what I don't know, what was your understanding from before the conversation? Like, well,
I thought it was a joke, honestly, and it's just because I kind of feel like he's one of them people that have that weird kind of sense of humor, where he's like always, that monotone voice, and he's joking, but you really can't tell if it's a joke or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe it, honestly. And there's nothing wrong with it if he is bi, though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, but I believe it. But we'll see. Well, I think that's the only thing that I wanted to bring it up. Yep, that was about it.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's kind of like that whole conversation with LGBTQ, Lil Boosie, what's his name, Lil Nas X. Is that like kind of back and forth kind of thing? And now people are like,
I think that Lil Nas X, I don't think he's gay. I think he's another narcissist.
Really?
Yes, I really, really do think so. I think he's using that to get attention. He's trying to push every single fucking button that there is just to get the attention, to get the energy from people, to get everything possible. I don't think he's gay, because if you truly are in the LGBT community, you don't do all that. Look at Saucy Santana.
Okay, like, now look, you really got my attention.
Yeah,
look at him. Okay,
see the way he is, like he's not trying to, like, you could tell like that's who he is. He's like, he's gay. Like that's who he is. That's his lifestyle. Like that's exactly who he is. He's just a singer. You know what I mean? But with Lil Nas X, he's just trying to push it. It's like he's pushing to something, to prove something. He doesn't need to. If you are what you are, you just act normal. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You are, but I just want to say hi to Dree real quick. Hey, Dree girl.
Hello, yeah,
thanks for coming. I don't know. Like for me, I really feel like it just because you're a member of that community doesn't make you act one kind of way. I don't think it's a cookie cutter kind of thing. Like, because you are this, then you have to act a certain way. So it's like, yeah, both things could be true. Saucy Santana can be what he is, and so can Lil Nas X, and they can act totally different, but be like they both identify as gay, right?
I don't mean like the way they act, like personally, like how do I say it, like as individuals, like they each have their own personalities. Yes, it's not a cookie cutter, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying the scandals and the things that like Lil Nas X is very controversial. Like he's always trying to push the limit. He's always trying to do this, trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he's pushing like some type of an agenda. But Saucy Santana is just Saucy Santana. Like this is me. This is just him. You know what I mean? He's not.
Yeah.
You could tell that he's not trying to like, oh, I'm gay and I'm here to stay by. I'm here to stay and I'm gay and I'm this and I'm that. No, he's a gay guy who happens to be a singer or a rapper. You know what I mean?
I get you, but you know one thing I really do respect about Lil Nas X in terms of just like since he's come out, his name is gonna be in our mouths for a long time. I see him going far because he does continue to push the envelope. I do think he's gay for real. Like it was some performance. I don't know what was it, the BET Awards,
That he was making out with somebody
and he was
like, you
kissing a
don't need
dude.
to do all that. You know what I mean? Like I think that's just too much. I think he's not. I think he's just using it. And I go back to before he came out as bisexual, because he's bisexual as well. I think that's what he is. Yeah, he identifies himself as bisexual. Because when he came out as like a singer or rapper, whatever he is, whatever he calls himself, he wasn't saying that, and he was questioned by people. He was like, I remember one interview, somebody asked him, why did you come out now instead of before? And his answer made no sense at all. I think he's using it to push. I think he's another narcissist, to be honest. I think he's just another Kanye, but he's using it in a different way.
But he's also very young. He's very young. And I think that got to go and be factored in. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that
that's true.
You don't have all the answers. Just because you can't really articulate it in that moment doesn't mean that you're not that thing. It's like people are like, why now? And it's like, you don't really owe nobody an explanation on, you know what I'm saying? Why now? Because it's kind of like, it's a different issue, but it's kind of like people come with situations and when they feel comfortable talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, somebody
he never made it comfortable to talk about it. He never made it like, I mean, yeah, you come out. I know he's young and everything. You know, when people are young, they have issues. They don't know who they are. They're this and that. It's cool, but it's just the way he's pushing it and doing all types of things. That just, for me, is just written narcissist all over. He's just crying for attention for me. Like, I don't know. I keep going back to Saucy Santana. Like, Saucy Santana, you could tell, like, this is how he is. He's not trying to show anybody anything. He's just trying to show people, like, I can sing. I'm going to go on you. Like, I'm gonna join on you. If you tell me this, I'm going to come back. I'm going to clap back. I'm this and I'm that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just part of him. It's him. With Lil Nas, I think he's just uncomfortable, and he's trying to make it comfortable, even within himself. Like, you could tell.
I just feel like, you know, like I said, people, they have their own ways of doing things. Because I think a lot of people will also argue, like, Saucy Santana is doing, people might say Saucy Santana is doing a lot. Look at his body, look at the way he dressed, look at his makeup. Like, I feel like when you choose to do certain things, it's like people going to have something to say regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be people that feel like he's doing too much because the hair, I mean, not the hair, the nails, the makeup, the body, the outfits, right? Lil Nas X, they probably feel like the antics is a lot. You know, he was pregnant on his album cover and things like that. He kissed the guy on stage. Like, he had a prison video with guys doing whatever. It's just like he pushes the envelope in a different kind of way. That's why I'm like, I respect him because he's always like finding something else that's gonna make us talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
whether you like it or not.
I don't know, but not in that way. That to me just feels like you're just selling yourself short. Like, I feel like if Saucy Santana wasn't famous, he would just be just like that. it's just him. It's just part of him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just naturally him. But Lil Nas X, I don't feel like it's naturally. I think he's just trying to do something on purpose.
I feel like it works though. He's doing something that's working. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part. I feel like from a business perspective and from the money making perspective, I feel like he gets it. You know what I'm saying? It might not be something agreeable to everybody, but he gets it. He's like finding different ways. Like, even if you weren't familiar with his music, you know who he is now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think he's very talented. Like, he's very talented. Like, his music, his videos are very, like, because I heard that he's the one that not designs, but like, what do you call it? Produces kind of the videos. And he's very, very talented. You know, he's into his art. Like, he's an artist. But I just think he's just going about it the wrong way. I don't know.
The wrong way. Listen, I feel like it's 2021. Like, there is no longer, I think if there's one thing we know at this point, there is no right or wrong way to do anything.
There should be, or else we're gonna turn into something else. You know what I mean? I think society, the way it's called, the name society is called society for a reason. You know what I mean? And it has boundaries, it has rules, it has regulations. They're there to protect us and to protect, to protect us as human beings. You know what I mean? If there's nothing, no boundaries, no anything, it's just gonna be chaotic everywhere.
I feel like we've gotten to that place of chaos, and it's literally like anything goes nowadays in terms of, I think people are pushing the limitations, pushing the boundaries, and then kind of like asking why are they in place in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna police or check, how can I put it, who is the society police? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is there to really regulate and say, well, that's right, that's wrong? Like,
who's
the authority?
Our morals are, we are. That's why it's called society. You know what I mean? And if I feel like if there aren't any, any rules, any boundaries, or anything, we're just gonna be like animals.
I think we at that point, girl, because honestly, like, I feel like now the name of the game is really kind of like what gets the most clicks, what gets the most views, what can get me trending. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I understand that and I get it, but is it right? Does it make it right? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, our morals, like, they don't have any say, any parts in it. And then some of us call ourselves religious, and so I think our morals play a big, huge part in this. But if people just want to, throw that away, then you're going to regret it later. Trust and believe.
I guess this is something interesting we can talk about, like, I guess at another time, because honestly, like, you know how we are. Like, we have two different viewpoints on almost everything, and I think that's why it's always, like, interesting to talk about certain things.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I disagree wholeheartedly. I feel like, basically, it's okay to push limitations, push boundaries, and be who you are. Who's there to say whether it's right or wrong? You know what I mean? And I think sometimes what we really are trying to project is like, oh, well, it's our own feelings, therefore it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my opinion, therefore it's the truth. And it's like,
yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that, because just because we feel something doesn't make it right.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I have a lot of respect for somebody who is comfortable with doing something that's not, or hasn't been really, like, done in our generation. Because I think, like, years past, like, if you look at artists like Prince and, like, Rick James and, like, who else? Like, they really push the gender boundaries as far as, like, wearing, like, makeup, doing their hair. Prince wears, or he wore, rest his soul, high heel shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's like, that was before, like, obviously we saw him in our lifetime, but, like, there was somebody who probably felt when he was really relevant like that, like he was popping. I mean, Like, what is he doing? Like, men don't wear high heels, men don't wear makeup, men don't curl their hair. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like I feel like that's what Lil Nas X is doing. He's at the point of being like that for us. He might not be, on
Yeah,
that
I know.
level
He
yet.
might be the prince of this generation, this time.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's already been done in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like he's not doing anything new. Like the LGBT community is here. Like we okay, and we don't care. Like it's okay for you to be. I'm not saying like don't be gay, don't do this. I'm not saying nothing like that. Like it's not. I'm not trying to question any sexuality or question anybody's sexuality because that's none of my business. It's not hurting anybody. It's not hurting me. It's not hurting society. Whoever feels that way, that's their business. I don't know, but it's not. It's nothing. There's no issue there. My issue is the way he's going about it. Like he's doing things that aren't necessary. It's just making him. I don't know. It's just making him look bad, like in a bad light. Like you're trying too much. You don't need to do all that. Just be
But it's like,
yourself. Just be Lil Nas X and rap or whatever. And if you feel like in your video there should be some LGBTQ whatever, it's already been done too. So that's not a surprise. Just be you. I think he's
yeah,
just
but I
trying
think
to like be relevant in like pushing the envelope, pushing this, pushing that. And is it really you? That's my
I
I
think
don't think it's even him.
I think so. Let me read this. Your differences. This is Dree. Your differences make these conversations great to listen to. Thanks, girl.
Yes, girl, chime in. You need to, give us your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I do think that. Listen, I stand by it. He gives us something to talk about. Even if we can't really agree on whether or not it's, what I'm saying, right or morally correct or
It's like
anything.
yeah, it's like when he did the whole thing with the sneakers, like with the blood.
Oh
Then
yeah.
like drops of blood and this and that. Like I don't even think they had. Do you think they had blood on there?
Girl, I don't know. You know how I feel about I feel like I'm willing to talk about certain things, but it's like when you start bringing like the devil into it, you know
That's
what I mean?
that's what
That's
I'm.
like
That's what
that's
I'm
when
saying.
I
See, that's when your morals kicked in, right?
no, but that's when I check out. Like I don't even talk about it. I don't have a
No, okay, I get you, but that's the boundary. That's when you like, that ain't for me. So that's your morals. That's when your morals kicked in. So that's what I'm saying. Your morals, they draw that
girl.
line when it's like, okay, this ain't right. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get you, and I do have to admit that is a boundary for me, and that is the
Dre was
line.
like,
That is the line for me. You are absolutely correct because I'm like, I don't have a dog in that fight, but literally, it didn't get cleared by Nike, and so he didn't even, what I mean, get to go far with that. So that was something that a lot of people nipped in the bud. You know what I'm saying?
well, it didn't get cleared by
It,
Nike, but it was just like Nike was like, we didn't do that. This has nothing to do with us. So clearly, he made those sneakers by, I don't know who did it, what company, but he did it, and he sold a lot of them. So
but they ended up giving the money back, and they basically took it off the shelf because it was like he had a limited amount that he was trying to sell, da 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 da,
oh, okay.
and they stopped it, like they put a stop to it.
But then it's like, what's the point of doing that? It's just attention. You see what I mean? Like I think him as a person. I'm not saying
Mhm.
like ignore his sexual orientation.
Mhm.
Ignore my sexual orientation. Ignore him as a
Mhm.
person. For me, it's just like a no. He's another narcissist. You know what I mean? For me, that's the vibe I get from him. I don't even pay attention to him, and I do listen to his music. I
Mhm.
love his music. When it comes to the music, I'm there. But the stuff the extra stuff that he's doing to me is very unnecessary. It's very like uncalled for. You don't need to do that. If you gay, you gay. You bisexual, you bisexual. We don't care. If you straight, you straight. You know,
I
who
mean,
cares? Just be you. And this is why I keep going back to Saucy Santana, because that's the only reference I have as like a kind of a LGBTQ person that's now like, you know, out there. Saucy Santana, if he wasn't famous or nothing, he would still be that guy with the, cracking and making lies
but
with
we
his
don't
best
know
friend.
that.
Hmm?
We don't know that though. It's so easy to be like,
because he was even before he was famous, before he was like on Love and Hip Hop and all that. That's who he was.
that's what what was funny about that is kind of like first what do they call it? Like first season of any like reality show or whatever, before people really get the check, right? A lot of them people, let's just say for instance, let's take for example our girl Wendy Osefo, right? I'm not changing the topic, she's just an example.
Yeah.
When she first came on last season, they used to go on her so bad. She used to gel them the baby hair,
Yes.
slick down, look like black shoe polish,
Yes,
and then put the wig on or whatever. And the makeup was kind of not so
right,
good.
but it wasn't that bad though. Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't season 2 Wendy Osefo.
Yeah.
Season 2 Wendy Osefo, her wigs is on point, baby hair is on point, makeup on point, outfits on point. She even got her body done,
on
right?
point. Yeah, yep.
So I feel like we can't even really say like, oh, well, whether or not, just because this is how somebody was presented to us before, like, she probably wanted her baby hairs to be right, but she just ain't know how to do them the first season.
I'm saying, like, personality-wise, that's who Saucy Santana would have been. Like, this flamboyantly, annoying ass, because he is annoying. He's funny. Annoying, funny-ass dude. Like, that's him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not trying to, I don't know, he's not trying to prove, like, I'm gay, I'm this. No. He's just Saucy Santana. Like, that's who he is. You know what I mean? Like, that's his personality. That's how he acts. That's how he is with his friends. That's just him.
I get you, but
yes, he's extra. Like, he got the nails, he got all of that. And he's like,
that's what I'm saying. Everybody upgrades. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what you were when you first got presented, everybody upgrades. Like, that's the whole point. If you're not upgrading,
this upgrade is not up. It's not just an upgrade. He's just going over in above and beyond for no damn reason.
I don't know. I guess we could stick a pin in it because, for real, I feel like, I'm not saying you, but I feel like a lot of people who feel that way, like public, popular people, for instance, like Boosie and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of them are homophobic. And so it's easy to be like, oh, you're extra, oh, you're doing too much, and to leave it at that when knowing damn well you just don't like them.
I feel like the narrative is switching, and it's switching the wrong way in society. Because just because you have a different opinion, you're automatically a hater, you're automatically homophobic, you're automatically a racist, you're automatically colorist, you're automatically this and that. I think this is the narrative for everything now, and I think that's wrong. I don't feel like Boosie is a homophobic at all. I just think he has a problem with the way Lil Nas X is presenting himself, or he has his opinion about it, and that doesn't make him a homophobic.
Yeah, but it's a little bit odd that it's just like this laser focus on this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like this laser. Like, why do you care so much? Basically, what I'm saying is like, why does he care so much about?
I think that if he was homophobic, he would be talking about every LGBT famous person out there. Like, he would be like, this person did this person. He's not talking about every, LGBTQ person out there that's famous. He's talking about Lil Nas X specifically.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of agree with the fact that people have been saying like he might have a crush on him because of the fact that he
really?
is like so.
The one on the street?
Yeah, that's one of the narratives going on. It's like, yeah, you have a problem with this guy, him alone. So I'm not saying like, I guess I'll take back the fact of like, I'm not trying to say he got a problem with all gays. I just feel like he has a big problem with this one, and it's almost like an obsession. It's almost like an obsession. Like, he talks about, like, oh, the kids shouldn't be seeing this, the kids this and that. But Boosie ass had his child have sex with, like, basically somebody he hired, a grown ass woman.
Oh.
And had her, you know, whatever with his child.
Wow.
So it's like, I can't even fully take you seriously and your viewpoint seriously. I'm talking about Boosie, that I can't take it too seriously because you want to be, you're like, oh, the kids, but you're the same one.
Ooh, yeah, who's giving your kids to a prostitute? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's another issue. Big issue right there. Yeah, that's a huge issue right there.
Yeah.
I don't know, girl. Huh.
So yeah, the last thing, because I guess we can go on and on about that forever. Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes, let's talk about them. So this last episode, I don't know, nothing much happened. It was just like, you know,
ooh, excuse me.
They were kind of hating on Karen, like the venue. They were like, "What is this? This is so ugly." And then when they got in, they were like, "What? We gotta go up the stairs?" I'm like, "These girls are so petty. It's just a few stairs." They were like, "We gotta go up there to get our drinks."
Few mile away. You know that was like 20 stairs. What you mean?
That's even so, Leslie Ann. That's nothing.
I feel like according to my notes, you know, the vow renewal. This is how I felt. First of all, yes, if we want to talk about the stairs, as soon as you walk in, me personally, would I have had a problem with going up them stairs? Probably not. But when I think about older people and like, for real, Giselle had the damn boot on her foot. I'm like, she's practically handicapped. It's like there was no elevator. There was no elevator.
Yeah.
Like you had to go up the stairs.
I think they should have made the bar downstairs first and foremost.
You want to give people drinks and then tell them to climb on them stairs? I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a good. Yeah, I don't know that, but it was like they were all complaining. Like they were like, "Oh my god, we have to go up the stairs." Oh my god. I mean, that's not a big deal. It was just like a few stairs.
Girl, they should have had a elevator for backup. Giselle with that boot was sending me off. I was like, what the hell? Her trying to climb.
They could have had like people like giving people drinks instead of, you know, ordering like, oh, I want this, I want that instead.
Girl, no, that venue, Karen know what she was doing. She probably got a discount, right? This is what I'm thinking. She got the hookup, got a discount, because it's like it all started from the outside. No. And at first it's like, to be honest with you, I could get past the outside, right? Yeah. But then you got the nerve to have that outside. Then you got the nerve to have all them stairs.
Oh, man.
Are you there? Oh, it froze up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe because
then you got the nerve to have all them stairs. I'm like, okay, girl. But the part for me, the actual vow.
Oh no, it's cutting off. Can you hear me? Oh no. The connection was bad. Okay, now it's back.
What happened?
I can see you now. See, like you're delayed.
And for whoever's, can you hear me?
What is going on?
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, good now.
Okay. See, this is that international stuff.
Yes, it's creeping. Oh Lord.
I guess I'll be quick because I don't have much to say. I'm like, why did she have to go up all them stairs to Ray though? Like, what was up with that?
I don't know. I think it was like, I think the upstairs was like a stage. So, you know, they were like up there and then everybody could see them up there.
That was the thing. I don't think people could see them for real. It was like, girl, why would you have a vow renewal upstairs? You're up there and your guests are down there. they can't even. They're there to see the renewal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I have to watch it again. But I think that's what they were going for. They were trying to have like them up there, like a stage, you know. And this because I saw like people with phones and stuff. They were all like.
They had their phone because they was hoping that they could zoom in to see her because you couldn't really see. I didn't really care for the venue, and not just for a petty reason. I thought like it didn't really make much sense, like for your guests not even to really.
Yeah, I agree. The venue was. I don't like it either, but I think that's what she probably got a discount. Yeah, let's I agree to that.
And we do things for a discount. We make it work for that discount. Yes. That's the only reason I could think. I'm like, girl, was your cousin the owner of this venue? Cause something.
I mean, they made of honor or something on the.
Dree said came through and couldn't see a thing. Exactly. I'm like, this does not make sense. But her dress bomb, hair bomb. Yeah. Like she looks good. I love Karen's like the way that they dress her. I love her wardrobe. Yeah, she was pretty.
She
was giving grand dame.
But the venue was giving little dame.
Yeah, that was giving cheap. So the only other comments I have is I was cackling with Giselle with that damn boot. I'm like, dang, like. What's really wrong with her foot?
She got hurt. Did you see the episode when she went to the doctor and the doctor was like, yeah, you did a pretty good job by hurting yourself. I think she's injured for real.
I guess, but it's messing up. I ain't gonna lie. You know how they always be calling her tacky?
Yep, the tackiness. Yep, I agree.
It's not helping. It's like
yes, especially because she had on the boot and then she had on some sneakers. Did you see her sneaker? I was like, what are you wearing?
Yeah,
like bedazzle up the freaking, the boot. Do something cute with the boot,
Yeah, it was a hot mess. And then I saw
her dress was a hot mess. Her wig was a hot mess. Like if I felt like I was like, oh my God, it's coming off. It looks like a little doll, like the Barbie when they come first with their nice hair and then you start messing around and it falls off. That's what I felt like Giselle's hair was gonna fall off.
I was so distracted because it was not even just her. I feel like my girl Wendy. I love me some Dr. Wendy.
Yeah.
But what was up with that tight ass dress?
She couldn't even get out the car. She couldn't sit down, and her hair was messed. I didn't like that hair on her.
I'm like, girl, you knew this dress was stiff when you put it on.
Why did you go to that?
Why? Like, you had nothing else? She was doing the electric slide like this. Like, she couldn't even move.
She was like, she couldn't come out.
I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. Because even though it was a cute dress, the material was all wrong.
Yeah, she probably got it made, but the Nigerian ladies, the seamstress, because they can do something like within a day. The African seamstress, oh man, if you pay them, they'll be like, okay, come back tomorrow, 8:00. Your dress is
probably
ready. That's probably what happened. It was like last minute.
But I'm like, girl, the material stiff,
extremely
narrow. I was disappointed.
Even when she was sitting down, did you see she was sitting down, like barely sitting down?
Yeah, she said she couldn't sit, and she was like, "Oh, I heard something rip."
Oh my God, yeah, that's too much.
And she been doing this for a minute now. Like,
yeah, that was tacky. That was tacky.
Getting stuff made, but okay. I had a Scala. I'm sorry. She looked cute as always.
Yeah,
she never
looks cute. I like a Scala.
Yeah, she never really misses. She's very much a fashion girl. I follow her on Instagram. It's always a look with her.
Yeah.
That's all I said about her. But Robin's ponytail.
Yeah, let's get into that. That was cheap and tacky. I think her and Giselle got dressed together or something, but it's all by the same person.
This is the thing, like, honestly, I'm not even one of those people who like to come for people's looks. I really don't care. Whatever, that's you. That's on you. Whatever you want to look like. But I think what makes me focus on Robin and Giselle so much is the shit that they talk
Exactly.
about
Other
Wendy
people. Yeah.
and etc. So it forces me to look at them because they so nasty with it.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
why I'm looking at you. Like that ponytail.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
Robin's man Juan talking about, oh, I gotta leave early. And so did Michael Darby. I'm like, what is up with that?
Yeah, they have. I was gonna say that they have a weird relationship. I think they be cheating together.
With women? Other
Yes,
women?
yes.
Uh,
I think they have like they go on like cheating dates. They creeping together. That's the only. I don't know unless like because there were rumors that he was doing. They I don't know about Michael trying to like he was saying about I would suck homeboy's peen. So I don't know if I don't know if I don't think they will go that far to have something together.
listen,
The only thing that I can come up with is that they creeping together, they cheating together.
or they are.
A couple? No, I
Who
don't think so.
knows?
I don't
It's
think
very,
so.
it's very suspicious, especially given that Michael Darby has been, accused. I ain't even gonna say accused. It has come out that he has been like, sexually assaulting members of the staff, like the Bravo
Yeah,
people, the
yeah.
producers or whatever, like touching asses and everything of men.
I think they creeping together. I think they do stuff together. Like when you what's his name? Juan's probably messing with girls and homeboy messing with girls and boys, messing with both. I don't know.
I did not like that. I was like, I don't know. Obviously, we don't. Well, none of us really know too much about Juan.
Yeah.
Because he's never really there.
He's
but
not really there. He's not giving too much. He's like deuces.
but that's what also makes it hard to say what I believe and don't believe, because it's almost like.
And that's why Wendy was saying your non-existent relationship. Remember when Wendy threw that at Robin? Robin was like doing all type. Oh my god, I can't stand them. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh, I just feel like going on there and like saying stuff to their face and kicking them out.
Child, it's a hot mess, and it is that it doesn't make. Put it like this: whatever's going on with him and Juan, it doesn't make it look good that he's hanging with Michael Darby. Juan could hang out with any man on that show, like husband or whatever.
But that's
if
the
he
thing.
wants it.
Like the way they were saying, they have a relationship. They like each other. They fight with each other. Despite because Robin. Because if you really look at it, Robin don't like Ashley. She's mad shady towards Ashley. She don't like Ashley. Robin,
You think so? I thought that they were actually like. I feel like Ashley is like the third member of the Green Eye Bandits, like the honorable.
sometimes she is, sometimes she's not. She's not the official one. Yeah, I don't think Ashley because Ashley be talking shit about Ashley behind her back all the time, especially.
You mean?
I mean
Robin.
Robin, sorry, Robin be talking about Ash. She's always talking about Ashley behind her back, about her husband, about this, about that. She's always talking about her. So I think it's a fake relationship or friendship. Her real friend over there is just Giselle. That's it. She ain't got no other friends.
I was watching somebody. They were saying like they don't even feel like Giselle and Robin are really friends like that, because remember Robin is talking about having a third baby now. She's talking about having a girl.
Yeah.
And Giselle is like kind of like, I don't think that Robin should be having a child right now or whatever. And people are questioning like, why wouldn't you want your friend to, if your friend wants to have another baby, like why would you not want that for them?
Why wouldn't you support it? Yeah.
And they were like, oh, is it because that's going to take Robin away from kissing your ass?
Probably. Exactly. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
but Giselle's selfish. She's another one. She's on another level. She has a lot of issues. Like, she thinks she's better than everybody else. She thinks just because she thinks that her her prettiness is gives her privilege. You know what I mean? Privilege to have whoever she wants, whatever she wants. Like, I think, maybe when she was little, her parents used to tell her that, like, you're pretty, you're light, you have green eyes, you're so pretty, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want. So I think that's stuff. She grew up that way with those pretty privileges.
And even that word you were saying, society, even if it wasn't her parents, society tells her that she's beautiful. I mean, don't get me wrong, she is beautiful, but puts her on a pedestal in a way because of her complexion. And you already know how over here, well, honestly, colorism exists all over the world, but I feel like the American history of it all, that's what I can speak to. I just feel like they would put a Giselle Bryant on a pedestal way easier than a Wendy Osefo.
Yes.
Regardless of education, finding anything. Yeah. It's just visually. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I agree. Yeah. I mean, so she thinks that everybody should be all over her and, it should be my way. Because I deserve it. I'm pretty. I'm this and I'm that. So, and her privileges.
Well, one thing I love about Giselle are her daughters.
Yes, I feel like, me too.
Regardless of how we might feel about Giselle, what's clear to me is her daughters. Number one, they're beautiful, but they don't have the Giselle look, right?
Yeah.
So society is not necessarily gonna treat them like Giselle.
Exactly.
But they have so much brains, and they have so much, like, they be reading her low key. Like, if those were my kids, I'd be like, before the cameras come over today, do not embarrass me.
Yes. Like, her kids are like, she got what she deserved.
I love them. I love it. Like, if it's one thing I love about Giselle, I would definitely have to say it's her children.
Her children and her parenting ways. Yeah, I give her that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would give her that.
Because she's completely different. When it's like the Giselle with her kids, it's like, some switch comes off. And it's like, okay, that's just Giselle I used to like. She used to be my favorite. Like three seasons ago or something like that. When she broke up with when Jamal, is it Jamal? Mm-hmm. The other guy that she was dating, he was dark skinned as well.
Dark skin. I remember like his face, but I don't remember his name.
I don't know his name. Yeah, maybe it's Jamal. I don't know. Yeah, I love that Giselle.
No, it was another guy. It wasn't Jamal.
It wasn't Jamal.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and the girls loved him too. Like, they were like, oh, we want so and so to come over. We like him. This and that. They used to hang out with him a lot. More than their own father.
I remember. I just cannot remember his name.
I don't remember his name. But anyways, I used to like her then. Like, she was more sensible. But I think she's just bitter. I think she's bitter and she's hurt. She's hurting really bad. And so, that I know that saying is cliche, but it makes sense. Like, hurt people hurt people. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's going on with her. And the way she's like, she takes so much pride in not showing her vulnerability. Is killing her.
But what gets me, and this is the thing, like, how can someone, because I do admit that Giselle is beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like, people like her, people like Halle Berry, people like, I don't know who else to name, but the most beautiful women that you can, or the people, society, right? That say that these are the most beautiful women. Why can't they keep a man? That's the part that be sending me. I'm like, what is going on? Like,
because I think that they have other insecurities. They have other problems. Beauty is not a problem, but they have 99 problems. You know what I mean? They got 99 problems, but beauty ain't one.
Because I do realize, like, you can be beautiful on the outside and have an ugly inside. Therefore, like, people are gonna, that outshadows, like, if you ugly acting, you an ugly person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, Giselle, like, we on season. What season is this?
Yeah, this is season 6.
Where is your man?
Yeah, I mean it's been going on and on. Her daughters were like, "We don't see you in a relationship like Grace," and I was like,
She was
"Dang."
she was like, one day y'all gonna leave me. That made me so sad. Like
Yeah,
one
they're
day y'all
like, "We
gonna
don't want you to
start dating.
die alone."
They've been listening to Kevin Samuels. They've been listening. That's what he says. You
That's what
gonna
he
die
says.
alone. And this is the thing. I kind of be listening to him here and there, and I
I've
have to
never
kind of.
listened to that man, to be honest. Like, I want to catch like a live just to see. I just never.
I have to eat my words in a certain extent because I feel like some little things that he says
Yeah,
make
my
sense.
cousin says the same thing.
It makes sense, but it be the delivery for me. Like I would never be one of those women who call in, "You ain't gonna catch me
I think he's
seeking
really.
nothing."
I think he's too blunt, and I think we discussed this, and I said like a lot of the things that he says might be helpful and make sense, but it's the way
Mm-hmm.
he says it. He says it in a way that he wants to like make you feel bad about yourself. It makes you feel, like it's your fault.
Mm.
I think that like you said, the delivery for me is off, but I do think that some of the stuff that he says, it does make sense. Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, I wish. I don't know. I mean, I know that's kind of it's because Giselle's kid said you don't want you to die alone. I was like, yeah, he says that like you're gonna die alone. And he will play the music and everything to like.
Really?
He
Tag
got
me,
sound
like
effects, girl.
tag me or like send me the live when you're watching it so I can watch it too.
I'm like, dang, I don't even want to like him. I don't. But I'm like, some of this shit
It's
is
right.
on point. Some of it is on point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can't wait for the reunion this
Me too.
weekend
Yeah.
to see what happens.
Yeah, me too. And
I
how about Candace rant? Like she was like the white privilege of it all, and she just walked away. And her husband was like, "Shut the fuck up, Candace." Like,
I
what is wrong
I ain't
with
gonna
her?
lie. I ain't gonna lie. She was onto something there. She was onto something in the sense that Michael Darby is someone who feels like he can do and say whatever and not have to be held accountable.
Yeah, that is kind of true, but not that case, Leslie Ann. I mean, he went up to a homeboy, and homeboy pushed him. Did you see the way? Like, if it was Michael doing that, oh my god, all hell would have broke. Because Michael is, nobody likes Michael because of the stuff that he does and everything. All hell would have
Uh-huh.
been broken loose. Oh my god, Michael pushed Chris. Oh my god, Michael did this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he did deserve an apology. Both of them deserve an apology, to be honest. Like, not on that instance. Like, I thought that was unfair of her. Like, that wasn't the place for it. No.
I feel like she probably Candace suffers from, in my opinion, sometimes being she might have the right message, but she's the wrong messenger. I feel like sometimes when you're saying things, I feel like you have to take a self-evaluation standpoint and realize like the very much similarities. Like, first of all, this lady is also married to a white man, right?
Exactly. And she's calling the
So
other girl a slave
yeah, so
master
that
because he's driving his slave.
yeah, slave driver is what she said.
Yeah, slave driver. And then Ashley was like, why would you say yeah? Because he's driving his slave. And then Ashley was like, so you calling me a slave? And she was like,
But that's the thing. I'm like, it could be the right message, wrong, messenger. I'm like, that would have hit so much different if it came from, I'm sorry, someone who was not married to a white man.
but still, like that is
It's almost like you're trying to insult her because he is white, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to insult him, insult both of them, but you're also married to a white dude, so you
and he's
yeah.
older than you.
So it's like you can't say honestly certain things when you're in a similar situation. And honestly, when it comes to the whole slave mentality, it's like we all know from history, the lighter skinned people are not the field slave, they're the house slave,
Right.
stuff like that. So it's weird to even think about, but it's like y'all wouldn't even be in the same category of slave, but yet you want to call her a
A
slave.
slave.
It's just it don't make sense.
That's
It
why
doesn't make
I
sense.
think she's very immature. I think she's very immature. I'm sorry. Like I can't. I don't like Candace. I can't stand her. I don't know. She needs to go to something too. Like she needs help, self evaluation, self something. Cause she's just with everybody. I don't know. Something's wrong with her. She just be lashing out. She just be saying stuff that makes no sense. I don't like Candace.
Honestly, I feel like, to be honest, this show can sometimes bring out like the worst in people, and I feel like that's like, I guess it could happen at any job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to realize when it's time to check the hell out. I feel
Yeah.
like
Either
for
get
her,
out or check yourself. You know what I mean? Like get out or check yourself because it's not looking good, Candace. Like it just isn't. I've been calling it like there's something like she gets really like rotted up like about like really small things. I remember when her and Monique used to be mad close, and then
hmm
when she had an argument with Monique, it would be like ah! Like she would be like very like check me and I'll fight you. Oh yeah, she doesn't measure consequences. She doesn't measure things. She just goes off. And with Karen, the same thing. But Karen is older, so Karen knows how to remove herself from the situation. She knows how to deal with it. And she
hmm
used to, I remember she got into it with Karen. I think it was 2 seasons ago, and she was like, and it's just like she hits below the belt. And I don't know what it is. I think there's something else within her that's bothering her. I don't know what it is, but I'm
hate to
not a
say it.
psychologist or nothing, but I'm just, seeing the patterns.
Yeah, I see, and I told you this. I'm like, I can now see that she does a lot of this or whatever, and I could see how I don't agree with Monique now of what she ended up doing, but I can see how she felt driven to that point because we saw it with Mia and Candace as well, just yapping, and it's so crazy because it's like she's a small petite girl, and I'm like, it's like a
Maybe she has the Napoleon syndrome.
that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, it's almost like a Napoleon complex because I can honestly understand like being in a group where everyone is bigger, bigger. You're the only small one. And it's like you feel the need to kind of like show that you can.
Maybe.
I don't know, because she can't really fight. I don't know if she can fight. Let me say that. But it's like you want to show like that you have a mouth.
Or maybe like she wants to show like I have what it takes. But
But that's only.
I feel like she's well accepted. Like all the girls like her. Until like
Do they?
well, it seems like when she was like Giselle and what's the other girl's name? They all like her. Even homegirl that she fought with. They used to be besties. She was always
Yeah, Monique.
Monique was always like when they came for Candace, Monique was always like, I got you. She was always having her back. And then as soon as Monique changed, I think that's what happened. As soon as Monique changed it up, she was like, hold up, Candace, like I'm gonna check my friend. Like my friend, you ain't right. You did something bad. That's when it started. That's when she got really pissed off. She was like, you don't have my back, this and that. That's when it started. That's when the fight started. Because she was like, oh, so now you with Giselle and them. And I think that's just very childish and immature.
Yeah, I'm happy for her music career popping off, and I feel like honestly that's what she should focus on, in my opinion.
Yeah, because
And
she can
kind of,
sing. She has talent.
yeah, I feel like she has a real talent there. She's not like one of these gimmicky housewives like trying to release some music that's just like for the show or whatever. But she has talent. I feel like she should focus on her man, her career,
Yeah. Yeah.
and leave this alone because it's bringing out the worst in her.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, even remember at the restaurant when they were like out and then Chris walked out? I think
Oh, to get her, right?
No, when Chris walked out, when he was just upset, he was just like, Candace, let's go. She was like, no, no. She was fighting. When they went out for
The Wendy trip, right?
yeah, the Wendy trip. And then they went to that nice restaurant to eat like seafood and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, no, like the rant, like the antic. She just gets into this space, and it's like, Candace, like, what's wrong? She doesn't measure things. Like she has no limit. Like when she was saying those stuff to Mia and throwing stuff at Mia, like for no reason, like it wasn't even that serious, but she was just like going and going and going. It's like, dude, something ain't right.
I feel like they need something else. I mean, even Mia was a okay addition, but I don't really feel like if she did, I feel like I could do with her or without her. Like if she comes back next season, great.
Yeah,
But I don't love her.
Yeah, I feel the same. When it comes to Mia, I feel exactly the same. I can do it with her or without her. It's not really nothing special. But I wish, yeah, three of them could go.
Who? Giselle, Robin,
And Candace.
and Candace.
I mean, it'll probably be dead because there won't be any drama. Because they're the ones that, stir up everything.
I feel like Giselle can stay despite her whatever. I would like to see Giselle without Robin. That's how I feel. I feel like Robin can go because it's a fake storyline at this point. You left last season with this proposal. You and Juan gonna get married again. Y'all ain't even get married this season. We see that you're in a rut because of the pandemic. Now you're trying to say, oh, you want to have another child. It's like these little embellished hats. I'm like, it's like she...
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say something about this. Like, it was saying, like, that she's, like, getting more orders and stuff. And, like, the business is growing. Now they're having a new place. Is that really true? I think it's a lie. Ain't nobody buying them hats. Like, for real, at the end. Like, are people buying those hats? I mean, I don't know. I just have the feeling. No,
How am I supposed to do?
People are not into those hats. Who's she lying? They getting, like, a new place to, like a... Well, what's it called?
A warehouse, a storage,
yeah,
or whatever.
Storage. I'm like, they're lying. They're lying. This is just a storyline.
But did you see how Juan was like kirking out? Like,
yes.
He says, she said something, and he said something, and he was like, oh, he just freaked out, like, yeah. Oh, don't ask me about that, and dipped.
He dipped. He was like, oh, here's the mic. I don't even want this. He really left. Like, he was like, I'm leaving, and I'm leaving. He literally left.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, is it a fake relationship? Are they really together? Are you paying Juan to come film with you?
And did you see, like, his face is kind of swollen. His face changed. Juan's face.
Oh, I didn't see that.
From last season to this season, I don't know if he did some cosmetic stuff on his face, but his face is different.
It's like we see so little of Juan that I'm like...
for me, that's the reason, because I see so little of him, I notice everything.
Oh, for me, I'm like... probably doing something else while I'm like listening to it while he's on it, because he doesn't give anything. Like, he's one of those significant others, can't even really call him a husband, who doesn't really, it's not like I'm really that interested in what he says or whatever, because he's not doing or saying nothing. Yeah,
I agree. He doesn't. And then remember last year she was like, if Juan Dixon was here, remember when what's his name, the other Chris, Big Chris, when he was talking to Giselle, and Giselle was like, this big motherfucker just got up, can somebody come over here? Giselle. And that's when Robin was like, if Juan Dixon don't even care.
Yeah, he doesn't give me protector, like he really doesn't, or provider for that matter, because he's like, I don't know, it's this whole hat situation. I don't know. Like I said, Robin can go. Her and Juan can go. Yeah,
Robin can go. I think Giselle can go too. She needs to get herself together and then come back. She could come back though, but Robin can't come back.
I want to see Giselle's girls. That's the only reason I would keep her, and I want to see her without Robin. I'm so curious to see if she can hold her own without having her ass kisser
She will
next to her.
get Ashley. Then we gotta get Ashley out because she will hop on, Ashley shit so Ashley can kiss her ass.
But Ashley, I'm sorry, she's so I guess busy being a new mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She ain't got time to kiss Giselle ass like that.
Okay.
She too busy trying to get them coronas in when she can.
She loves herself some corona. She be.
It was like, but it was interesting. Did you see when they showed the Watergate hotel that what's his name? What's her husband's name?
Who? Oh, Michael
Ashley,
Derby.
Michael Darby used to own. I was like, oh, interesting. Yep, I used to work right at that building next door. That's why I'm like, oh wow, because it's connected to the hotel.
Yeah, like he got money. Like he came from money. He got money, but I don't know with Candace and Chris. Chris is being so humble. Both of them were like, they shook it up and everything, and then she was like, what?
I don't know.
I feel like she just wants a reason to hate on Ashley. She doesn't like Ashley, and I think it's because Ashley wrote that thing for Monique, and I think she's still holding that. Like she's like,
definitely.
Yeah, she's like, I hate her for it. But at the same
definitely.
But she hasn't learned her lesson either, and she hasn't understood that what she did was wrong. She only thinks that, again, Monique is the only one that's wrong because Monique put her hands on her.
Yeah, I still stand by. Both of them were wrong, but I feel like the moment you start getting physical with someone, it puts you more so in the wrong, because words are words, is how I feel. If you fighting with words, that's that. But when the moment you like physically, invoke harm on somebody, I feel like that is another level. It's another level. Because you could cuss somebody out on the street, right?
I feel
somebody cut you off while you driving. You could cuss their ass out, and it's not a crime.
I feel like she deserved it. She was asking for it. She got what she wanted. I'm sorry. If it were me, I'll probably act like Monique. I'll probably whoop her ass too. Most likely. I don't know. Actually, no. I probably wouldn't. But I think Monique was like fed up with it. I think she was just like. She was like, all right, that's it. Because the setting wasn't even, I don't know, it wasn't even that bad. She could have easily walked out of it. Monique.
That was the thing. And I wanted to see her do that. I wanted to see Monique walk away. Yeah. I did not want to see Monique being pushed.
I could definitely understand why she got to that point. Definitely.
Yeah. I admit now that I can finally see, because Candace is so persistent with it. She has not stopped. She has not learned her lesson, and she was yapping at everybody. Mia, it's like anybody could get it.
Yep.
Even her own husband. I feel sad a little bit for Chris, because I feel like
she was cursing him.
He's doing a little.
She was always cursing him out.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, because I'm like, honestly, I see a husband who's trying to diffuse and trying to get his wife to understand, like, you don't always have to pop off like that.
And the way he explained it, like, I like her husband more than her. And the way he was, like, so caring about it, about, like, making her seem like he will, how do I say, he will reprehend her, but at the same time, it will be with, like, so much grace and so much love. But she was too blind to see that.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I do want her to decide to leave. Like, I don't want them to kick her off. I want her to decide to leave and focus on her marriage and focus on the things that are important to her, like her career with music. Yeah. Because I don't want to see them fall apart. I do feel like after a point, some people lose their patience, and her husband is being loving and caring and stuff like that. But I don't want to see him like give up on her because she won't listen.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Maybe she has to watch herself, like watch the show. I don't know, is it like a spectator, like it's like from
and see what she's doing.
See what she's doing, and then be like, okay, maybe I need to, Yeah.
Maybe so. I wonder if they even do watch it. But like I said, I'm excited for the reunion.
Yeah, the reunion looks like it's gonna be popping.
I'm curious to see if the colorism thing comes up again, because Wendy did touch on it last season, but it kind of got swept under the rug. She called them out for calling her aggressive. She called them out for different things, and they were kind of acting like, but this time they really been talking shit about Wendy. They then said she loose. They said a lot
they
more
talk
about Wendy.
Yeah, they
Her body.
They were like and now she had more substance, and now she has no substance. I'm like, what the hell? This is substance right here. A person that can do it all. This is substance.
And they can't. And that's why I always rode hard for her, because I felt like it's great to see somebody who has more to offer than what we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm excited.
Yes, girl. And on that note, we're going to close it up.
Okay. So, yep, I'll talk to you next weekend, most likely. So we have the reunion to catch up.
We're going to cover the reunion. Thanks, everybody, for coming, for joining us. I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, girl.